Abby is a professional poker player who decides to run away and leave her father behind. Ever since she was a kid, her father pushed her hard and trained her to play poker like it was her whole purpose in life.
Look your opponent in the eyes, even when you're shuffling.
And it worked. By the time Abby was only 13, she actually won a tournament and earned the nickname Lucky 13. But here's the thing, Abby doesn't hate her father. Not at all. She just wants something simple, a normal life like any other teenager, a fresh start. That is why she heads to college at one of the best campuses in Sacramento, hoping she can finally be just Abby, not a poker legend. When Abby arrives, her best friend Mary is already waiting for her, excited to show her around. That night, Mary and her boyfriend Shepley invite Abby to something wild, an illegal fight event inside an old building. Abby isn't into violence, so she tries to leave and head back to the dorm. But right as she's walking out, Abby crosses paths with Travis, a handsome guy with the kind of presence that instantly pulls attention. Abby quickly learns Travis is not just some random student. He is the reigning champion in that underground fight scene, and tonight he is stepping into the ring again to face a challenger named George. At first, Travis completely dominates the fight. Then he spots Abby, and for just a moment, his focus slips. George lands a clean punch and drops him. But Travis shakes it off, gets back up, and finishes the fight brutally, knocking George out cold. After the match, Travis immediately starts flirting with Abby, acting like Abby's charm just took over his heart and soul. And even though Abby tries to stay unfazed, it hits her harder than she expects. Suddenly, her mind starts spiraling into fantasies, stuck on Travis's tough, tattooed, macho vibe. That moment is where everything starts to go wrong. This is beautiful disaster. The next day at lunch, Abby can't help herself. Sitting with Mary and Shepley, she asks more about Travis. That is when Abby finds out Travis is actually Shepley's cousin, and he goes to the same campus too. And as if on cue, Travis shows up right in the middle of their conversation. With that smooth playboy energy, he gets overly familiar right away, and even calls Abby the Dove, like it is some personal nickname he has already claimed. Abby is annoyed. She makes it clear Travis is not her type at all. But Travis doesn't even blink. He basically brushes it off like it is only a matter of time, and he is sure Abby will end up in his arms eventually. In class, Abby should be paying attention, but instead she's distracted, scrolling through Travis's social media like she can't stop herself, and she doesn't realize Travis has been watching her the whole time. Even when Abby gets caught, she still tries to deny it. Travis asks Abby to go out that night, but Abby plays it cool and shuts him down. Except she doesn't mean it, because later that night, Abby is already waiting, way too early, acting like she wasn't interested.
No, I don't need this because I'm not getting on that thing.
Yeah, you are.
Travis takes her out for dinner, then they walk through the park. Abby makes a point to set boundaries, reminding Travis this is not a date, and he better not treat Abby like all the other girls he's been with before. As they talk, Travis opens up about his past. His mother died when he was only 3. After that, his dad worked himself to the bone to raise Travis and his 4 older brothers. That harsh life shaped Travis into someone tough, someone who survives by fighting, and eventually he chose the underground fights as a way to make money and keep going. Abby listens, and it's obvious she's starting to feel something real for Travis. But right when things start getting warm and honest, Abby suddenly pulls away and leaves. The next morning, Abby goes out for a jog, trying to clear her head. Along the way, someone asks her to help toss a frisbee. Unfortunately, Abby's throw goes completely off target and ends up hitting a guy named Parker instead. Later that day, Abby runs into more bad luck. While taking a shower, the water in the dorm suddenly shuts off. With no other option, she decides to stay the night at Shepley's apartment. What Abby does not expect is that Travis lives there too. Even worse, the only available room turns out to be Travis's bedroom. Shocked by the situation, Abby immediately wants to leave and go back to the dorm. But after Mary convinces her and explains that Travis is rarely home, Abby finally agrees to stay. That night, while listening to a voice note from her father, Abby hears suspicious sounds coming from another room. When she checks, she realizes the noises are coming from Travis, who is being intimate with another girl. Seeing how easily Travis moves from one girl to another, Abby sarcastically wonders how many women Travis has slept with. Travis makes it clear he never bothers to remember, but he also makes it clear that if Abby were ever willing to sleep with him, that would be someone he would never forget. With no real alternative, Abby ends up sharing the room with Travis. While working on a biology assignment, Abby runs out of markers and asks Travis if she can borrow one. Travis tells her to check the drawer. Instead of finding a marker, Abby discovers a stash of protective gear, which only adds to her growing discomfort and confusion.
This a yo-yo?
No, definitely not.
The following morning, Abby wakes up in a panic after a vivid dream involving Travis, completely embarrassed and shaken. The tension between them explodes into an argument before Abby leaves.
You touched me!
Oh, says the man with the ring house.
A nurse?
On her way back, Abby runs into Parker again. After a short conversation, Parker, who has clearly liked Abby from the beginning, asks her out for dinner that night. Abby initially refuses, but when she notices Travis watching from a distance, she changes her mind, deciding to accept the invitation just to make Travis jealous.
I see you.
That evening, Abby and Parker have dinner at an upscale restaurant. Abby soon learns that Parker is a big fan of underground fighting competitions. After dinner, Parker invites her to watch one that is happening that night. At the same time, Travis decides to go looking for Abby. What none of them expect is that the fight Abby is about to watch turns out to be Travis's match, where he is facing the reigning champion. Abby is completely caught off guard. She asks Parker for a moment to step outside, and unexpectedly, Abby and Travis come face to face again. Travis vents his frustration about Abby being unreachable and openly shows his jealousy. Before things can settle, Travis is approached by the brutal fighter he is about to face. Abby looks genuinely worried and begs Travis to cancel the fight. Her concern makes it obvious how much she actually cares. But when Travis pushes Abby to admit those feelings, Abby retreats once again. She puts up her walls, acts indifferent, and insists that no matter what happens, she could never love Travis. Annoyed by Abby's cold attitude, Travis decides to turn his frustration into a risky bet. He proposes a deal where everything hinges on the fight. If his opponent manages to land even a single punch, Travis promises to stay out of Abby's life for good. But if Travis wins, Abby has to live with him for 1 full month. Without hesitating for long, Abby agrees. During the fight, Travis avoids every attack, moving carefully and provoking his opponent into losing control. From the stands, Abby does everything she can to encourage the opponent to land just 1 hit. But to Abby's shock, Travis still dominates the match and knocks his opponent down, winning the bet. Before honoring the agreement, Abby takes a moment to say goodbye to Parker and explains the strange bet she made with Travis. Parker is left confused, especially since their date had seemed perfectly fine. Not wanting to hurt Parker, Abby asks him for a final kiss. At that exact moment, Travis suddenly appears, leaving Parker visibly intimidated.
Leave the car! Go! Go! Leave the car!
Keeping his word, Abby moves in with Travis. Even though Abby remains distant and often frustrating to deal with, to Travis, Abby becomes his happiness and his biggest motivation. When Travis invites Abby to visit his father and 4 brothers, Abby agrees without hesitation. At Travis's family home, Abby is immediately greeted by the playful chaos of Travis's brothers, Tyler, Taylor, and Trenton. In contrast, Travis's father welcomes Abby with warmth and kindness. The family may live simply and joke around constantly, but beneath it all, Abby feels a sense of family closeness she has never experienced before. Later that night, Travis's oldest brother Thomas arrives as well. To pass the time, Tyler and Taylor suggest playing poker together. Wanting to keep her past hidden, Abby initially refuses, claiming she does not know how to play. But after Travis keeps pushing, Abby finally gives in. The brothers proudly claim they are local poker champions, completely unaware that they are sitting across from Abby, the former world champion from Las Vegas. As Abby plays with effortless skill, Travis's father and Thomas quickly realize the truth.
Yes! Yes!
This is Andy, boys.
Don't doubt me!
Abby is the Lucky 13, the legendary poker champion who mysteriously disappeared years ago. One night, while Abby is working on an assignment on her laptop, a message suddenly comes in from a man named Mick. The message expresses how much Mick misses Abby and asks to meet as soon as possible. When Travis walks in, Abby quickly turns off the screen. With only 2 days left of living together, Abby casually jokes that once she leaves, Travis is going to miss her terribly. Laughter turns into closeness, and the tension between them grows stronger. Just as things are about to go further, Abby suddenly gets nervous and asks to pause. In the bathroom, Abby reaches out to Mary for advice. As a friend, Mary can only encourage her to follow her heart. Meanwhile, Travis is busy planning ways to finally win Abby over. But everything falls apart the moment Travis notices Mick's message on Abby's laptop. The next morning, Travis shows up drunk, casually carrying the neighbor's cat with him. Abby finally snaps and lets all her frustration out. She confronts Travis about disappearing without a word and leaving her awake all night. Travis brushes it off and sarcastically suggests that Abby should just go see Mick instead. That is when Abby finally reveals the truth. Mick is actually her biological father. Travis tries to apologize, but the damage is already done. Hurt and disappointed, Abby decides to leave immediately. Exhausted from being up all night, Abby later falls asleep in the campus library. Not long after, Parker finds her there. Parker buys her food and stays with her until evening. Then, Parker invites Abby to go with him to a nearby building. Only when they arrive does Abby realize it is her birthday, and Travis has secretly prepared a surprise party as an apology. Travis even asked Parker to bring Abby there. Touched by the gesture, Abby rushes to find Travis. Deep down, Abby expects Travis to react the way he always does, intense, possessive, and full of passion. Instead, Travis acts calm and distant. Frustrated by that reaction, Abby starts drinking heavily. To make Travis jealous, Abby pulls Parker onto the dance floor and holds him close. Even so, Parker understands the truth. He knows he is only a distraction because the one Abby truly loves is Travis. Worried about Abby's condition, Travis approaches and tries to take her home. Abby refuses and insists that Travis is nothing to her, claiming she is free to do whatever she wants. Despite that, Travis stays calm and quietly follows Abby as she leaves the building.
No!
Okay.
The next morning, Abby wakes up beside Travis, who has stayed by her side all night. In that moment, Abby finally realizes how deeply Travis loves her. Moved by that devotion, the two of them grow closer again.
Me officially. I think I'm gonna go to sleep. Good night.
After an intense night together, Abby's morning is interrupted by the arrival of a stranger named Tim. Tim explains that everything revolves around Mick. Mick owes a massive gambling debt to a boss in Las Vegas, and if Abby refuses to come along, Tim will not hesitate to kill Mick. Once they arrive in Las Vegas, Abby is taken to a nightclub to meet Mick. When Abby asks about the debt, Mick can only apologize and admit that he owes $100,000. The revelation leaves Abby crushed. Meanwhile, back home, Travis and Mary grow increasingly worried after realizing Abby has disappeared. In the middle of their panic, Mary comes up with an idea and manages to track Abby's location through her phone. Not long after, Abby and Mick are approached by Benny, the man behind Tim and the real power in charge. To settle Mick's debt, Benny offers Abby a chance to play poker at a casino that very night. It sounds almost impossible, but Benny is confident. With Abby's talent, he believes the debt can be cleared in just a few hours. At first, Abby refuses. She is still underage, and if the casino finds out, any winnings would be confiscated immediately. Benny does not care. He makes it clear that if Abby keeps refusing, Mick will lose a finger. With no other option left, Abby is forced to agree. That night, dressed to blend into the casino world, Abby walks inside and sits at the poker table, facing wealthy and careless billionaires. Using her skill, focus, and unshakable mindset, Abby plays flawlessly. In a short amount of time, she manages to win exactly $100,000. Just as Abby is about to leave, a security guard stops her. To Abby's shock, the guard turns out to be Jess, her childhood friend. At first, Jess acts friendly and relieved to see her. But everything changes when Abby tries to walk away. Jess demands that Abby return all the money she won. No matter how much Abby pleads or explains her father's situation, Jess refuses to listen. Fighting back tears, Jess calls Mick and informs him that the casino has seized the winnings. For Abby's safety, Mick urges her to leave and get as far away as possible. Abby then goes back to Benny and explains what happened. Although disappointed, Benny is still willing to give Abby another chance. He offers to fund Abby's poker games and split the profits evenly. In reality, Benny wants to bind Abby to him and turn her into a permanent moneymaker. Before anything else can happen, Travis suddenly shows up and attacks everyone involved. After taking down Benny's men, Abby does not thank Travis. Instead, she lashes out and tells Travis to stay out of her life. The words hurt Travis deeply, but he holds his ground. He never doubts his love for Abby, believing that no matter how big the problem is, love will eventually bring them back together. Hearing that conviction, Abby finally breaks and gives in to her feelings. Later, while Abby is asleep, Travis begins thinking of a way to clear Mick's debt once and for all. When he comes across a wrestling competition with a massive cash prize, he decides to enter without hesitation. When Abby wakes up and realizes Travis is gone, panic sets in. She tries to call Travis and then sees a video explaining Travis's plan to join the wrestling competition. Travis has already left his car in the basement and tells Abby to head home first. Down in the basement, Abby is stunned to see Mick and Jess talking calmly together. That is when the truth hits her. Mick never owed Benny any money at all. Instead, Mick, Benny, and Jess had been working together to manipulate Abby from the very beginning. The realization crushes her. Abby has sacrificed so much to satisfy Mick's ambitions, yet Mick never once considered Abby's happiness. Overwhelmed by disappointment and anger, Abby finally confronts her father, no longer able to hold it in.
You, Benny, Jesse, you guys set me up from the beginning, didn't you? You don't owe Benny any fucking money.
On the way there, Abby keeps trying to reach Travis, desperately hoping he will cancel the fight. Meanwhile, inside the arena, Travis has already stepped into the ring, facing his opponent as the match begins.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Almost immediately, it becomes clear that this fighter is on another level, powerful, brutal, and frighteningly relentless. Even when Travis is knocked down, the opponent keeps attacking without mercy. Just when things seem to be going too far, Abby arrives at the last possible moment. At the same time, a sudden electrical malfunction causes chaos in the arena, bringing the fight to an abrupt halt and saving Travis from even worse harm. Back at the hotel, the tension finally eases. Abby grows curious and asks about the meaning behind Travis's nickname, the Dove. Travis explains that it represents sincerity, devotion, and unwavering loyalty, a symbol of how Abby has come to hold his love, his heart, and his soul. The next morning, Abby and Travis prepare to return home to Sacramento. With them, they carry the winnings that mark the end of their painful journey and the beginning of a new chapter together. So, the moral of the story is if you try to escape your past for a normal life, it will chase you with fists, poker chips, and bad decisions anyway.